Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be unboxing the Brutus Monroe Inspiration Box, July 2020. This theme is Magical Mouse. This box is sent out once a month. It's a surprise. You never know what you're getting. And I have been a subscriber to this box for over a year and a half, probably 2 years. The size of the box on the outside is 9 by 12. The video that I'm making today and all of the statements that I make are my opinion. I am not doing this representing Brutus Monroe. I'm doing this just to show you a little bit more about the inspiration box and an example of what you can do with it. Um, the outside of the inspiration boxes always have most beautiful artwork and just collector's items themselves. I usually take an X-Acto knife and cut the outside lid. That way I have it because it's just always so, the graphic art is always so very nice. You you'll get a Ziploc bag, and in the Ziploc bag will be all of the contents of your inspiration box. I like that they put everything in a Ziploc bag. It helps to protect it and keep it from opening up. This is a stencil. It's a small stencil with a sun. It's just a basic shape. 3 colors of ribbon: mauve, pink, and gold. The pink is almost like a rose gold, and you'll see that that is the color theme for this inspiration box. A lot of rose gold. Here's an enamel pin. Each month you get a new pin with your inspiration box. It's included in the price, and the price is $34.99 a month. Since I've been subscribing to this inspiration box for 2 years, I have quite a collection of enamel pins from Brutus Monroe. Someday I'll have to show you my collection. They're adorable. This month, the kit included a nice, generous bag full of sequins. The colors are gold, rose gold, copper, bronze, just a real pretty metallic mix. Of course, sequins are great for decorating your card panels, but also are wonderful for shaker cards. This month, we received a small die set. This one makes 2 different types of flowers. So you can use this to make 2 different types of layering flowers. And I'm going to show you all the different dies that are included. So there's 5 different, actually, 1, 2, yeah, there's 5 different petal images that layer, and there's 2 leaf images. So you see this little bit goes on top of the larger flower. And then you see that the flower has 3 different parts that can be layered. That's going to look really nice layered with pattern paper or even plain color papers in a variety of colors. And it has 2 leaves. So that's a really cute little die set. I like it. I can see myself getting a lot of use out of that. Okay, next in our sealed bag, we have card panels. Now, while these panels are black and white, you can do a lot with them, and they are great for making a quick card. You can color them with markers, or you can color them with pencils. You can also foil them, which is what I do. I put them through my ink machine with some foil, and that's beautiful. You can use them as a background just the way they are, or you can take your ink and blend right over top of these images, and there's not going to be any smearing. The toner ink creates a very permanent image on the panels. So I really am taken by this one. I'm thinking in my mind what different foils I have that I could try on that one with the flowers, the bold flowers. Now, if you missed out on the inspiration box and you weren't able to order it, maybe it's already sold out, you are able to purchase these things separately through Brutus Monroe. For the most part, these things are all available separately. For example, the stamp set would be available separately while supplies last, and then after that, there would be no more. This next item is called Hyper Pigment. This is a new product to me. I do not have any of these. I have not purchased any of these yet from Brutus Monroe. I have seen Christopher Allen demonstrate them on his YouTube channel, and they are highly pigmented liquid. I'm not sure if they're considered liquid watercolor or not, but I can tell you that they have the consistency, to me, of a highly pigmented metallic liquid watercolor. It comes in a really convenient bottle. The bottle has a lid that just pops open. What I'm going to do is just apply a few drops to the card panel, but I'm bringing to your attention that the hyper pigment matches exactly the ribbon on the middle of that bobbin. So I thought that was really cool because it matches so well. Oh, before I demonstrate the hyperpigment, I'm going to show you the papers. This beautiful gold shimmer paper is included in the packet. I love how this shines and how metallic it is. There's also a brown color. At first I thought it was shimmer too, but apparently some of the shimmer from the gold had worn off to the brown. So that's why the brown kind of looked like it was a little shimmery too. But I checked the manufacturer's name on the back of the gold shimmer paper, and it's Doris. And then the papers include this nice dark brown, a lighter brown, a pink, and a light purple, and a light yellow. These aren't very heavyweight papers. I would say probably 65 pounds, but they'll do the job well for layering and creating stamped images to create cards. I really just love that gold shimmer. That's really pretty. Now let's have a look at the actual stamp set. Every month there is a new stamp set. Again, this is a mystery box. You never know what you're going to get. It's a different theme each month, and all the pieces that are inside of the box coordinate together very well. So I'm just grabbing a piece of brown paper to back this so that you can see the images. Okay, the yellow paper. We've got all kinds of really cute whimsical flowers across the top, as well as a whimsical sun. There's different butterflies, two different butterflies and a ladybug on this side. Really cute. And then there's three ants and one little bee, and that bee is so stinking cute. I think it's adorable. The sentiment, "Thank you for your teamwork," is awesome. I've never seen a sentiment that says that in all of my stamps that I have. That one says "Make a wish," and there's a shooting star. It says, "It's so nice to know you. Thank you, my friend, and sunny days are ahead." Then, of course, you've got the two mice sitting on top of the rainbow, a boy and a girl, and the little girl has a bow in her hair and glasses, and she's really, really cute. They're both adorable. And then there's a little whimsical cloud underneath. In addition to the inspiration box, there are some add-on items that you can purchase if you desire, and one of them is the stamp of the month. This is so cute, and it just looks just exactly like that little enamel pin. It says, "Have a mice day," and it's got the same little mouse, the same little image as the cute little mouse. How adorable. If you like mice, this is going to be the kit for you. The stamp of the month is $5 a month. So if you're new to making cards or using stamps for your projects, this is a great club to join because you're going to get a brand new adorable stamp every month for $5. There's also an embossing powder of the month, which is $8 a month. And I am really excited about this one. It's a beautiful light purple color. It's one of my favorite colors. It's wisteria. It's got a beautiful metallic shine to it. So I'm not really sure if it's a pearl, but it reminds you of having a lot of mica in it. And it matches my nails. I can't get over that. It's the same exact color. It's beautiful. One time when I was in high school, I went to a prom and I wore a dress this color. So you can see my love for purple goes way back. That just brought back a lot of memories. Holy cow. Yeah, so for $8 a month, that's a great price, and you can see how full that embossing powder was. Whoever filled it up this time was very generous. So thank you very much for giving me a nice full container. Sometimes the containers are not that full, but for the most part they are. Okay, and then the stencil of the month is also $8. I love this stencil. It's the beautiful floral. I want to point out how sturdy these stencils are. I have a lot of stencils, and some of them are so thin that when you go to blend them, they rip or they're just not very conducive to use as a stencil, but this stencil material is very good. There's also an aqua pigment of the month. There's also a dye of the month, and this is the dye of the month. This one the price is $24.99 per month. If you buy the dye separately, the price is $29.99 per month. So for $25 a month, you get a new cover plate dye. But it's a full cover plate die. So here you see I have a piece of 4.5 by 5 card panel. You can see this this tree covers the entire panel. All you have to do is run this through your die cut machine with white paper and then put a pattern paper underneath of it and you are set. Add a sentiment and it's going to be a stunning card. Those are some of my most favorite cards to make using the Brutus Monroe die of the month club. It's heavy duty. It's not flimsy at all. It's a fantastic product. I couldn't be more pleased with these dies. This one is beautiful. It's sort of folksy looking of a tree, and it even has a little fence around it. There's also, as I said, an aqua pigment of the month. There is a glitter glaze of the month. And I think a hyper pigment of the month. I'm not really sure, but you can see that there's other monthly subscriptions but that you can purchase, but I don't get all of them. I just get the ones that are the most interest to me. So I'm really curious about this hyper pigment. I'm going to dash a little couple drops on this black. This is Brutus Monroe Raven cardstock. I'm going to dash a little bit on, and you actually have to squeeze the bottle to get it to come out. Now I didn't put any water down. I'm just going to grab my brush, which is a water brush, but I'm not wetting the water brush. I'm just going here with a dry application. So yeah, these are definitely like a watercolor consistency. I have added no water to this, and you can see um, how fluid they are. But what strikes me about this is the amount of mica in this product. It is so shimmery and shiny and beautiful. I love this stuff. I'm so glad that they included one in this kit. So here you go. You'll see a close-up of it. Now I did add a little bit of water there to this one. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm sure that the camera doesn't do justice to the amount of glitter that's not glitter, but the amount of shine and shimmer that this product has. So I'm just going to damp it up with a little towel. Just, take a paper towel and just get that wet spot up so that I can show you in better light how it looks when it's, semi-dry. So I would love to see these put in a pen form. So Christopher, if you're watching, which I doubt that you are, but if you are, or anybody from your company is watching, I would love to see you guys take these hyperpigments and make a set of them that you can use in a brush form. Okay, sort of like, how Wink Stella has its own little self-containing pen. I would buy those if you had those in a little pen, a little water brush pen. It's just, for me, it's difficult to work with the way that it's in a bottle. I would have to get a palette. I would have to put a couple drops of the colors that I need in a palette, and then I would have to use my water brush to color it on. It's more convenient for me just to have it straight in a pen. So that's something to consider moving forward in the future if you decide to expand your product line. Yeah, as if you need some advice from me. You do a great job of coming up with new products every month. That's one thing about this company. It's extremely innovative, and every month there's something new. Okay, we've got some Pixie Spray. We're going to spray it on the back of our stencil, makes it a little sticky, but it is low tack, and the stencil will remove from the paper, but the Pixie Spray is pretty magical. It holds it in place. You can purchase the Pixie Spray through Brutus Monroe. So I will have in my description box a list of the products that I used, as well as links to where you can find them if you're interested in purchasing them. I'm going to ink blend my panel using 3 colors of Distress Oxide. I'm using spun sugar over the entire panel from the top to the bottom. This color very much closely matches the color of the paper. You could very easily just use the spun sugar on this stencil and this paper, pull the spun sugar up, and have a beautiful watermark look because the pink of spun sugar is so closely similar to the pink of this paper. What I chose to do was to take a little bit of shaded lilac and go around the outside only of this stencil. And then once I am done with the way I blended it, the way it looks, then I switch to a different color, which will be the robin egg. But I still am keeping the main color of this card to be that pink background to draw you in. So I'm just taking a little bit of the shaded lilac. It's a really pretty color. I have these brushes. The one with that I used for spun sugar is part of a set that I purchased from Amazon. The other two brushes, which have a stiff handle, come from the Dollar Tree. Yes, the Dollar Tree. And I much rather prefer the ones with the stiff handle from the Dollar Tree. I think that having a stiff handle makes it easier for me to do the ink blending and requires less of my use of my wrist. So because I have arthritis, I like having the stiff brushes. So I wish somebody would come out with a whole set that had handles that were stiff instead of the flexible handles. I don't like those. I end up holding the head of the brush instead of using the handle. So here we have our panel. I think it turned out really nice. I really like the style. And I'm going to stamp the main image from the stamp set right directly on top of this. Yes, folks, I'm taking and I'm stamping it right on top of this flower burst stencil background. I just think that it's a clean and simple look. I think that it's cute with the characters, and I think it's going to turn out to be a nice card. So I'm using Brutus Monroe Raven ink to stamp with. Please note that this ink is really great for use with Copics and watercolors. So if you've been looking for a universal ink in black, this one I think would really meet your needs. I would recommend that when you buy the stamp pad, you also buy the reinker if it's available. It's something that I do find myself re-inking frequently because I use it so much. Okay, so I'm just cleaning my stamp because I feel like that's a perfectly fine image that I have there on my panel. And I'm looking at the sentiments, trying to decide which one to use. I selected the sentiment, sunny days are ahead, and I think that I'm going to stamp it and heat emboss it with the Wisteria embossing powder. Okay, so I'm getting my Not Your Mama's cardstock lined up there, getting my sentiment on Not Your Mama's cardstock, using Brutus Monroe embossing ink. Well, first using my embossing buddy, and then the ink that I'm using is this Brutus Monroe embossing ink. I had to look at it a little bit closer just to make sure I was getting a good enough impression. It's hard to tell sometimes when you're using white paper. In the interest of time, I fast forwarded and cut out some of the sections of this last part of my video. I am showing you how I heat embossed with the Wisteria Purple embossing powder my sentiment. Sunny days are ahead. I have my heat gun here, and this embossing powder heats up nicely and looks really great when it's completely melted onto the paper. After I have my sentiment trimmed, I go ahead and snip the ends to make a banner of the sentiment. And now I'm just going to fast forward to the panel as it looks completed. I have used Not Your Mama's cardstock as my base. I have Raven cardstock as my mat. And I'm going to just take the sentiment and directly adhere it to the face of the card. So this is a clean and simple card made using products exclusively from Brutus Monroe from the new inspiration box, the Magical Mouse. If I had more time, I would probably take the petal dies and the flowers and create a little flower for down in the corner. But I'm not going to do that today. I can do it next time. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned a little bit more about the inspiration box from Brutus Monroe and the things that you can do to create some beautiful cards, as well as some of the add-ons. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Oh, and here's a magical mermaid card that I made from last month's Brutus Monroe kit. I made a video, but it got destroyed or whatever. It wouldn't upload correctly. So I missed out last month on showing you the box and how I use it. So I was glad to be able to do it this month. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.